Is true love a game of fate or merely the tragic outcome of poor choices? William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet is not just a love story, it is also a deep exploration of family conflicts, fate, youthful passion, and tragedy. Written in the year 1595, this play has become one of Shakespeare's most famous and frequently performed works, interpreted through different lenses across various eras. The story takes place in the Italian city of Verona, where two noble families, the Montagues and the Capulets, have been engaged in a long-standing feud. Their intense rivalry has affected not only their families, but also the entire city. Young Romeo Montague initially believes he is in love with a woman named Rosaline, but after attending a Capulet masquerade ball with his friends, he locks eyes with Juliet Capulet, and they fall for each other instantly. However, their love is forbidden, as their families are sworn enemies. Despite the obstacles, Romeo and Juliet decide to marry in secret with the help of Friar Lawrence. Their love, however, is short-lived before tragedy strikes. Juliet's hot-tempered cousin Tybalt, still enraged over Romeo's presence at the Capulet ball, challenges him to a duel. Romeo, now related to Tybalt through his marriage to Juliet, refuses to fight. However, Mercutio, Romeo's closest friend, steps in and fights Tybalt instead. When Tybalt fatally wounds Mercutio, Romeo loses control and kills Tybalt in revenge. This action brings devastating consequences. Prince Aeschylus, ruler of Verona, refuses to sentence Romeo to death, but instead banishes him from the city. Romeo is forced to flee to Mantua, leaving behind his new bride. Juliet's situation becomes even more desperate when her parents arrange for her to marry Count Paris, a nobleman chosen by her father. With no way out, Juliet turns to Friar Lawrence, who devises a plan. She will drink a potion that mimics death, making it seem as though she has passed away. Once her family buries her, Romeo will return to wake her, and they will escape together. However, the plan goes horribly wrong. The news of Juliet's death reaches Romeo, but the message explaining the truth never arrives. Believing his beloved is truly dead, Romeo returns to Verona. He arrives at her tomb, where he encounters Paris, who believes Romeo has come to desecrate the grave. The two engage in a fight, and Romeo kills Paris. Standing before Juliet's seemingly lifeless body, Romeo drinks a lethal poison and dies by her side. Moments later, Juliet awakens to find Romeo's corpse. Overcome with grief, she takes his dagger and ends her own life. The deaths of Romeo and Juliet finally bring an end to the Montague-Capulet feud. Both families, devastated by the loss of their children, vow to put aside their hatred and reconcile. However, their truce comes at a devastating price. Romeo and Juliet is a timeless tale of young love, societal pressures, and the inescapable hand of fate. Shakespeare masterfully portrays how impulsive passion combined with external forces can lead to irreversible consequences. Romeo and Juliet's love, pure and sincere, is ultimately crushed by the harsh realities of the world they inhabit. The play raises the question of fate versus free will. What if Romeo had never attended the Capulet ball? What if Juliet had waited a little longer before taking the potion? Shakespeare brilliantly illustrates how small choices can lead to monumental tragedies. Another major theme in the play is family loyalty and societal constraints. The long-standing feud between the Montagues and Capulets makes Romeo and Juliet's love an impossible dream. Their tragic fate highlights how personal happiness is often sacrificed for the sake of societal expectations. Shakespeare's poetic language, powerful metaphors, and dramatic irony elevate this story beyond a simple love affair. The audience knows the lovers are doomed from the start, yet their journey is still compelling, making their ultimate fate all the more heartbreaking. In the end, Romeo and Juliet is not just about two lovers, but about human nature, the inevitability of fate, and the tragic costs of division and hatred. So what do you think? Was the death of Romeo and Juliet a result of fate, or was it caused by impulsive choices? Is true love worth fighting for at all costs? Share your thoughts in the comments.